I'm happy to see you again, friends. It's been a while, roughly 3 weeks, or at least 3 weeks that I've been off. But we're not here to talk about how things are going, but more on how I think, design and develop websites for mobile versions and mobile devices. I think that this is my way to do things. It's not the best way for sure, but this is how I do it. And here there are two schools of thoughts. The first one is that mobile first, so you're gonna design and develop websites for mobile first, and then you're gonna translate everything for desktop, and the other way around, so desktop first and then mobile. To be honest, I'm in the desktop first because for me I have more real estate to work with, can be more creative, the machines are way more capable and powerful, so I think that desktop for me works the best. There are huge differences in developing for desktop and for mobile. The first thing that we always need to keep in mind when we design a website is that on the desktop we always behave completely differently than when we are on mobile devices, because on desktop, on your computer, you have your mouse, so everything is going to be driven by your mouse events, click, scroll wheel. Whether on mobile we have touch events, so scroll interactions, micro interactions, the way we perceive certain animations is completely different than when we are on desktop, and that sometimes translates in an adaptation of the animations. Sometimes it converts in something that we need to remove from the website. So you need to go through this process. You need to design your website, think about the animations. This is what I personally do. I design a section and then I think, how can I animate that? And then if something is off, I tweak the design. I think about the mobile version of the website and I see if I need to remove the animation, the interaction, or if I can adapt everything for the different devices. So step by step, in a very simple way, I design, I think about the animations, I come back to the designs in order to tweak some things that I'm not happy with in the animations. Then I go and I think about how the animations are going to look like or are going to behave and work on mobile devices. Sometimes I remove the animations, sometimes I tweak them, sometimes I design another animation for the mobile device. And you usually don't want to do that because it requires a lot of time. For the developers, it's a nightmare. Usually it's not the best way to do things, so try to stick as much as possible to optimize or remove. Moving on with scroll interactions, I don't usually keep all the animations and interactions that I have on desktop on the mobile version of the website, because when we consume content on our phones, we tend to consume the content, we want to consume the content in a lightning fast speed, whether on desktop we tend to use a more relaxed pace, if you will. The simplest example that I can give you is how we consume content and how much content we consume in an hour on social media is crazy. For instance, on TikTok we consume hundreds of videos in an hour. Even if you watch YouTube on mobile and on desktop, the experience is way different because on phone we tend to scroll way faster than we are on desktop. So we need to think about that, and in our websites we need to think about the fact that users want to consume content in a much faster way than on desktop. And the easiest way is to adapt your animations and to make them faster, or to remove the animations. And don't be scared to remove certain animations for your website. You're not going to make it worse, but you're going to make it more suitable for users that consume the content on mobile. Fun fact, I've always been fascinated about how smooth scroll changes the user experience and the feeling of your website. And so, because it is super powerful, I've always tried to keep a smooth scroll on desktop and on the mobile version of the website. But I can assure you guys that in 99% of the cases, smooth scroll on mobile devices doesn't work. This is a clear example of while you're optimizing websites from desktop to mobile, you need to cut down things in order to have a better user experience and to keep the user engaged. Another thing that is crucial to think about when you want to optimize a website, a desktop version of a website for the mobile devices, is that there is less real estate to work with, less screen. So because there is less screen to work with, and because users consume content in a lightning fast speed on mobile devices, you need to strategically place your content, copy, images, fonts, etc., titles in a way that you're making sure that the user is going to see the important content in 99% of the cases. But all the things that I mentioned depend on your client's goal, because if your client wants to increase their conversion rate on their websites, you need to cut things down, cut the animations down, you need to remove a lot of things or to adapt a lot of things in order to create a faster UX. Strategically placing the content is another thing. Whether if your clients want something way more creative, you can sacrifice a little bit of the UX UX in order to create something that suits the client's needs. Divide and separate these two worlds, and you need to understand what your clients really want. It's crucial to understand that, because in that way you're going to save you from a lot of revisions and you're going to save a lot of time and money. A pro tip that I can give you is always pay attention to what's happening in the world, because, for example, every single social platform moved towards vertical content, because it fills the entire screen. The video is gonna fill the entire screen in a vertical way, so it's easier for the user to consume. So a trick is to, instead of keeping the same aspect ratio, try to, as much as you can, try to fill the entire screen with your images and with your videos into your websites. In that way, the experience is going to be way more impactful. Sorry if you saw some purple on my face, but the MacBook activated the screensaver, so I'm sorry. Now, one thing that a lot of designers don't think about is the power of the devices, because, okay, on desktop, sure, you can do whatever you want without any problems, because these machines, especially nowadays with the new CPUs, you can do whatever you want and you don't have any problems unless you load your website full of unoptimized shit, but I don't think that you are the case. On mobile, the situation is completely different, because even if in the last years these machines, these smartphones became extremely powerful, they still not as powerful as a desktop machine, of course. So you need to think about optimizing your animations, cutting down animations in order to make your website more fluid, in order to not having a staggering website, which is super annoying. So you need to think about optimizing everything, and in some cases you need to sacrifice certain parts of your website in order to create a smoother UX. This is something that a lot of designers don't usually think about, because they think, oh, this is something that I don't need to care about. I need to put all the things that I need to put in the website, and the developer need to optimize everything. It's 50% true, because there are boundaries, guys. If you still put a lot of shit into your website, the developer can optimize whatever you want in the best way that you want, but if you still put too many things, the website is going to lag, the user experience is going to be crappy. So think about optimizing your websites, optimizing your user experience, and not putting a lot of stuff. So that's all for me for today. I hope that you found this video helpful, because it's been a while. I've enjoyed a lot and I've missed you. So smash the like button, leave a comment down below if you found this video helpful, and if you want to dive more deeply into the topic, because the mobile world is extremely broad, especially nowadays, because everyone is thinking more about the mobile world. So let me know in the comments down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video that hopefully is not gonna be in 3 weeks again.